There's something planted in you at the very moment of your birth, something that's lain dormant all these years, waiting for the last day of July to awaken. I'm not speaking poetically or symbolically. I'm talking about something real, concrete, that's existed within your energetic structure since you arrived in this world. A kind of spiritual genetic code that carries specific instructions about who you truly are and the power you came to manifest in this life. Taurus, you've always felt there was something more to you, haven't you? A latent strength you've never been able to fully access. A capacity you sensed you possessed, but which seemed to be blocked by some invisible barrier. Well, that barrier will be removed on the last day of July. And when it does, you'll understand why your life up until now has been just a rehearsal, a preparation for what you're truly here to do. I'll explain why certain situations have repeated themselves in your life almost obsessively, why you've always felt different, like you didn't quite fit in anywhere, why even when you achieved your goals, there was always a feeling of something missing. All of this was intentional. All of this was part of a process of preparing for the last day of July. On this particular day, a frequency that was blocked in your energy field will be released. And with this release, you will gain access to abilities, insights, and opportunities you never knew existed. It will be like discovering that you always had superpowers, but that they were locked away in a part of you that could only be accessed when you were ready. And you are ready now. Can you feel this different energy pulsing within you, as if something were stirring deep within your soul, preparing to emerge? For years, you've built a life based on what you thought was possible. You've set limits based on what you believed were your capabilities. You've made choices based on a reduced version of who you truly are. But on the last day of July, those limits will be shattered. This reduced version will be replaced by the complete, powerful and magnetic version that has always existed, but has been waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. The interesting thing is that you won't become a different person. You'll become yourself, finally. That feeling of living a life that isn't completely yours will disappear. That constant restlessness that haunts you, even in happy moments, will transform into an unshakable certainty about your place in the world and your purpose here. For Taurians born between April 20th and April 30th, this activation will manifest primarily through a revolution in the way you create and manifest things in the material world. You'll discover a natural gift for transforming ideas into tangible realities in a way that seems almost magical. For those born between May 1st and 10th, the awakening will be related to your ability to influence and inspire others. You'll become natural magnets, effortlessly attracting people and opportunities. And for those born between May 11th and 20th, the activation will occur in the area of intuition and perception. You'll begin to know things without logical explanation, having insights that prove themselves correct time and time again. But regardless of when you were born, all Tauruses will experience a fundamental shift in their relationship with personal power. Until now, you may have been cautious about your own power, perhaps out of fear of upsetting others or taking on responsibilities that seemed too great. But on the last day of July, this caution will transform into natural confidence and an irresistible desire to use your gifts to create a positive impact on the world. Are you ready to discover that you are far more powerful than you ever imagined? Taurus, I need you to understand something crucial. What will happen on the last day of July is neither coincidence nor luck. It is the result of a contract your soul made before you were born. An agreement about when and how you would access your full potential, and that moment has arrived. You have passed the necessary tests, learned the essential lessons, and developed the emotional and spiritual maturity necessary to handle the level of power that is about to be unleashed. All these years, you've been being prepared. Every challenge you've faced has built your resilience. Every disappointment has increased your wisdom. Every achievement has strengthened your confidence. And now, all these experiences will come together in a perfect symphony that will sustain the new version of you that emerges on the last day of July. What strikes me most is the precision with which your life was orchestrated to get you to this point. The people who came and went, the places you lived, the jobs you held, the experiences you had, all of this followed an invisible script that was preparing you for this specific moment. And when you look back after the last day of July, you'll see the patterns, you'll understand the connections, you'll recognize the higher intelligence that was guiding every step. One of the things that will radically change is your relationship with abundance. Until now, you may have struggled to create financial and material security, working hard to achieve what you needed. But after the activation on the last day of July, you will discover that you have a natural ability to attract resources and opportunities, not through struggle or excessive effort, but through a natural magnetism that comes from being aligned with your true nature. You'll begin to understand that abundance isn't something you achieve, it's something you allow. And when you allow it, it will flow into your life in ways that will surprise even you. Business opportunities you weren't even looking for will appear. People will want to invest in your projects. Ideas you've had for a long time will find the resources they need to materialize. It's as if the universe is just waiting for your permission to grant you access to everything that's always been possible for you. But the most profound transformation will happen in your inner confidence. Taurus has always been known for being stubborn, and this was never a flaw. It was your soul trying to keep you grounded until you reached this moment where your stubbornness would transform into unshakable determination, where your resistance to change would transform into an extraordinary ability to create stability amidst chaos. On the last day of July, you will feel an inner strength you've never experienced before, a sense that you can handle any challenge, create any reality, achieve any goal that resonates with your soul. It won't be arrogance or illusion. It will be pure knowledge of your true capabilities. It will be the difference between believing you can do something and knowing you can. This newfound confidence will radiate from you in a way that others will immediately notice. You'll begin to attract opportunities, partnerships, and relationships that are at the same high frequency you'll be operating at. People will be naturally drawn to your energy, will want to collaborate with you, and will instinctively trust you. And at the same time, you'll become more selective about where you invest your energy. You'll develop a keen ability to distinguish between genuine opportunities and distractions. You'll distinguish between people who truly add value to your life and those who merely drain your energy. This discrimination won't come from judgment or criticism, but from a natural clarity about what serves your greater good and what doesn't. The last day of July also marks the beginning of a phase where you will become a conscious creator of your reality. Instead of reacting to circumstances, you will learn to shape them. Instead of adapting to what exists, you will create what needs to exist. Instead of accepting limitations as permanent, you will treat them as temporary challenges that can be overcome with the right strategy. One of the most powerful abilities you'll awaken is the ability to materialize ideas into the physical world. Taurus has always had a natural connection to the material world, but after the last day of July, this connection will become a conscious tool for manifestation. You'll think of something you want to create, and the necessary resources, people, and opportunities will begin to appear in your life as if magnetized by the clarity of your intention. This doesn't mean you won't need to work or put in the effort. It means your work and effort will be directed much more efficiently. Instead of working hard in directions that lead nowhere, you'll work smarter on projects that yield exponential results. Instead of wasting energy trying to force things that aren't aligned, you'll focus solely on what flows naturally. Taurus, one of the most impactful revelations you'll experience on the last day of July is about the role you came to play in other people's lives. You've always known you had something special to offer, but perhaps you've underestimated the scope of your potential influence. You didn't come just to create a good life for yourself. You came to be a living example of how it's possible to live with authenticity, abundance, and purpose. Your natural stability, your ability to remain centered amidst chaos, your ability to create beauty and comfort around you, all these qualities will be amplified after activation, and those around you will feel it. They will feel calmer in your presence. They will trust your opinions more. They will seek your advice in difficult times. You will become an emotional anchor for many people, a reference point of stability in a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable. And this won't be a burden or an unwanted responsibility. It will be a natural expression of your deepest essence, a way of contributing to the world that will give you immense satisfaction. The awakening that occurs on the last day of July will also reveal creative talents you may not even know you possess. Many Taurians will discover a surprising artistic ability, whether in music, visual arts, writing, decorating, cooking, or any area that involves creating beauty and harmony. Others will discover a natural talent for business, for identifying profitable opportunities, for creating systems that work efficiently. The important thing is to understand that these talents aren't new. They've always been there, waiting for the right moment to emerge. And that moment is the last day of July. When they emerge, you'll wonder how you ever lived so long without using them. It will seem so natural, so obvious, that you'll have trouble remembering what it was like before you had access to these skills. A significant transformation will also occur in your emotional and social life. You will develop a greater ability to attract and maintain healthy and satisfying relationships. Your energy will become more magnetic, more welcoming, and more irresistible. People will feel good around you, will want to spend time with you, and will value your presence. And at the same time, you'll become more discerning about who you allow into your life. You'll develop a keen intuition about people's intentions, about which relationships deserve your emotional investment and which are just a waste of time. This discrimination will protect your energy and ensure you surround yourself only with people who contribute positively to your life. In romantic relationships, you'll discover a capacity to love more deeply and authentically. You'll stop settling for superficial connections or relationships that don't honor your true nature. You'll attract partners who are at the same level of personal development as you, people who can support and contribute to your growth. If you're already in a relationship, it may undergo a profound transformation after the last day of July. If the connection is genuine and healthy, it will deepen and strengthen. If it's based on outdated dynamics or fundamental incompatibilities, it may naturally end, making room for something more aligned with who you're becoming. Taurus, you'll begin to feel a different energy circulating through your body, a kind of subtle vibration that indicates something important is preparing to happen. You may feel a positive restlessness, an anticipation you can't fully explain. You may have more vivid dreams or sudden insights into your life and future. Don't ignore these signs. They indicate that the activation process has already begun. Your energetic system is preparing to receive the new frequencies that will be available on the last day of July. It's as if you're being gradually upgraded so that when the time for full activation arrives, your system will be ready to integrate the changes without overloading. During this period of preparation, be kind to yourself. Rest when you need it. Eat well. Spend time in nature. Avoid people and situations that drain your energy unnecessarily. You are going through a profound process of renewal, and the more you take care of yourself during this phase, the smoother the transition to your new reality will be. One thing that might happen is that you start to question certain choices you made in the past, certain situations you accepted, certain limitations you assumed were true. This is normal and healthy. It's your expanded consciousness, recognizing that many of your past decisions were based on a limited version of who you truly are. Don't judge yourself for those choices. They were the best you could make with the level of awareness you had at the time. What matters now is being open to making different choices going forward. Choices based on your true abilities and potential. Choices that honor who you truly are, not who you thought you had to be accepted or fit in. The last day of July will feel like a rebirth. You'll wake up feeling different, as if something fundamental has shifted overnight. And throughout the day, this feeling will intensify. You'll have moments of absolute clarity about your life, your purpose, your next steps. You'll feel an energy and motivation you haven't experienced in a long time. And most importantly, you'll know, without a shadow of a doubt, that your real life is finally beginning. That everything that came before was preparation for this moment. That you now have access to the inner resources necessary to create the reality you've always dreamed of, but which previously seemed impossible or too difficult to achieve. The opportunities that arise after the last day of July will be unlike anything you've experienced before. They'll be more aligned with your essence, more meaningful, more profitable, or more fulfilling. And you'll have the confidence and skills to seize them fully. Remember, the last day of July isn't just another day on the calendar for you. It's the day your true life begins. The day you finally access the power you've always carried within you, but which has been waiting for the right moment to manifest. You've gone through all the necessary preparation. You've developed the necessary emotional and spiritual maturity. Now, it's time to reap the rewards of this entire process. Are you ready to leave behind the limited version of yourself and fully embrace the extraordinary being you've always been, but which was hidden beneath layers of conditioning and insecurity? If this message resonated deeply with you, it's because you're energetically aligned with what's to come. Share in the comments if you've felt this different energy growing within you, this sense that something important is about to happen. Your experiences will help other Tauruses recognize the signs of their own activation. Subscribe to the channel now, because what will happen on the last day of July is just the beginning of a new phase of your existence. You will need guidance on how to integrate the changes, how to seize the opportunities that will arise, how to handle the new level of power and responsibility that will accompany your transformation. The last day of July is approaching. Your activation is scheduled. The code that was planted in you at the moment of your birth is about to be unlocked. Prepare to discover who you truly are when all limitations are removed and your full potential is unleashed. Your true life is about to begin.